Welcome to another episode of Send Us Flowers. I am here with Maha Haq.
Hello.
The most incredible cannabis professional, especially when it comes to just like entrepreneurialism and really bringing value to the community.
Thank you.
I just think you're incredible.
Oh, I think you're incredible.
And I'm so excited to sit with you today.
Me too.
Say hi.
Hi, I'm Maha. I'm Hi Maha.
Yeah, you are Hi Maha.
I am Hi Maha. And we're going to get Hi Maha and Hi Lizzie.
Hi, Lizzie.
There you go.
I like that. Maybe I should change my Instagram
that's
handle.
That's busy. Hi Lizzie.
Hi, that's busy. Hi, Lizzie.
Yeah. Oh,
do I have a new like little tag?
Yeah, man. We all getting high up in here, man.
Okay, perfect. Well, so we have a few things to talk about today. You have such an incredible, like even just talking about what we were going to talk about today, there was like a laundry list of things. You've had a weed wedding, you work in weed, you've created your own hospitality service, like you have done so much, you're on Twitch.
Yeah. Oh, new thing. Yeah. New thing.
You've done so much. And so I really want to speak about all of what you're doing. And I'd love to start first with who you're sending some flowers to.
Oh man. So I was thinking about this quite a bit. You know, I'm gonna give in, and I have to send flowers to my ganja man, Ben. He and I literally met at a dispensary that we used to work at in Venice.
Really?
It's called a Canary. And he was a grower and I was a bud tender. So I kind of have to send flowers to him. I know it might be just a little unfair because he's my man's and he's at home waiting for me. But he's my ganja man.
I love that.
And, you know, he gets me flowers and he literally grew me flowers when I first met him. So yeah, I want to give him some flowers. I want to send him some flowers. Yeah.
It's a full circle relationship.
Exactly.
And you both like smoke together. Yes. And
that's honestly like how we fell in love. And I like that you brought the weed wedding up because I think that's what we're going to talk about first. You know, weed.
I think it is.
Weed is like so lovely. It makes me, you know, want to love people sometimes. And, you know, that's what happened between my husband and I. And literally the industry brought us together. Like he grew weed and I fell in love. So it's your basic cannabis love story right there. But the weed wedding, I had a traditional Indian and Pakistani wedding. Okay. So I wore a red dress and he wore white like a bride. So that was kind of funny. But we had full service cannabis bar. We had beverages.
That's so cool.
We had Puffco Dab bar. Wow. Beverages were from Purwana. So those were powder based. You could customize it based on like your dosage. They had different levels of milligrams.
Right.
But yeah, it was a wonderful time. We had some weed leaves in some of our bouquets and centerpieces. So
it's so cool.
Quite literally a weeding.
A weeding,
yeah. And, you know, we had edibles here and there for people to get, but I will say the drinks and the dabs is what really got people, coming to the cannabis bar frequently. Like, it was the most popular part of the libation section. Everyone's going either for a dab or for a cannabis beverage. So, yeah.
So what was it like, you know, coming out as a weed consumer to your family and also having a weed wedding, because that's not only just your family then, that's also his family.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's that's not common almost at all.
No, for sure. And you know, I love where this is going to segue into. So I'll start off with his family. So my husband's family, his mom, like she makes the best pot brownies. I'm just going to say it like that. She makes strong ass pot brownies, but
then that's super convenient.
It's honestly cannabis. We like to think saved her life. You know, she was dealing with alcoholism and cannabis really helped her. And I think it's a very beneficial substance for really dealing with the majority of types of addictions, and including, you know, alcohol. So weed saved her life. So, you know, my husband and his family all Gucci with weed. But with my family, so this kind of brings back to the genesis of how I even got involved in cannabis. So my mom caught me smoking weed when I was a teenager. I do not support the use of underage cannabis consumption. Let's just say that. But My mom caught me smoking weed.
What were you first smoking out of?
I was smoking out of a little pipe that looked like it was a basic pipe. It was red and white, but I called her Candy Cane.
Candy Cane,
because she looked like Candy Cane. I got her from Chinatown with $10, literally, like just $10 bill. I went to Chinatown. I was underage, and I got myself a candy cane piece, and she really tied me over during those early years of me consuming. But I was a high school dropout, and when my mom caught me, she's like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing this? You already dropped out of high school. I can't even ground you. Like, I can't, like, why don't you explain to me that, like, why you're doing this? Instead of, reprimanding me, she demanded a report. She said, you don't have homework. I'm going to give you homework. You're going to tell me why you're smoking weed, why this is acceptable, and, just why. Instead of like telling me no, she asked why. And I think that's
really, really cool.
Was truly a catalyst for me to dive deep into cannabis, to research it on a level that I really wanted to research it at that time. So she's a clinical researcher at a cancer hospital. And I tied in some cancer research and cannabis and the benefits between the two into this report. This was the first time I think I wrote 20 pages. I never did for school, prior to that. And
wow.
Yeah, this is where I really took the opportunity to present everything I know about weed. And upon presenting it to her, she was very impressed, and she invited me to the hospital she worked at, where I also volunteered at, to present the same thing to a couple patients and physicians. So that was my first public speaking engagement. I was 17 at a cancer hospital, showing patients how to roll a joint and smoke out a bong. And
wow,
that is when I was like very, very dedicated to helping patients and navigate medical cannabis. So I made it a goal that when I'll turn 18, I'll work at my local dispensary. And I was literally looking for jobs at my local dispensaries on Craigslist with my mom.
Yeah.
And they would say like females only or female bud tenders only. And my stupid ass and my mom's stupid ass, we thought this shit was so inclusive. Like, oh, wow, it's such a safe space for women. Oh, my God, they only hire women. It's women empowerment. And no, it was the furthest thing away from that.
Right.
As soon as I had my first job, you had these women scantily clad. I was expected to dress similarly, and I was not going to have that shit. So I definitely made some changes. I made a minor demonstration. I had all of us wear jeans and like a hoodie one day, even though that wasn't our uniform. But that was so funny. My mom literally thought, like, looking at the Craigslist job listings, that this was going to be a safe space for me to work at.
What an early window into all of that, and you embarking on something like that so early, but like having that conviction to like fight for that, like that's huge. It's so impressive.
And like not just for the women I was working with, but also like I didn't want to disappoint my mom either. I wanted to shed a better light on this space, because I had to keep defending it, just because of how patriarchal and just really sketchy this industry used to be. So I had to keep legitimizing it for her, defending it to my mom. But the best part is she accepted it. She did not give me any pushback for it. So I've always had the support of my family, like 10 years plus with cannabis. So I never had to worry about that. But yeah, shit was crazy back then, man.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that was 10 years ago, or actually that was 11 years ago. And then I worked at the shop when I turned 18, 10 years ago. So that was a great opportunity. Went up the management ladder. I really liked working in the dispensary side, but I also worked at a couple of vertically integrated dispensaries. So I got exposed to grows, distro, manufacturing, type 6, type 7, solventless or volatile and non-volatile. But I ended up really liking the dispensary space at that time. So I stuck with it.
That's so early to then be in that. And so you mentioned that you've been working with lounges. So you have all this early retail experience. You have now a family that is behind you and you're open about your cannabis consumption with. So now, 11 years later, tell us about some of the projects that you've been working on, especially around consumption lounges.
For sure. So a lot obviously has happened in between, but it was a natural progression to go from retail or dispensary to consumption lounge, especially the consumption lounge sector being the newest, most nascent, untouched at the moment. So a few years ago, West Hollywood, the city of West Hollywood, I guess, launched this opportunity to have a license application round for consumption lounges. So that's when I first got involved, was in this developmental business license application round. There was nothing like this done before because they were going to allow the restaurant and hospitality component, like having a full service kitchen, having like proper chefs and all of that. So it was a very interesting project I worked on through a Denver-based consulting firm that I used to work at. So that's when my interest was piqued. Or that's when, like, I guess I wanted to look even further into what does it entail to make a consumption lounge. So that was in 2018. 2019 is the time I first worked on consumption lounges. And then my business partner, Sarah Stewart, shout out to her. She was actually one of the general managers at the Lowell Cafe when they first opened. And she comes from nightlife.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So she worked at nightlife. Oh, dang. This is...
Flowers for your flowers. We'll start off with flowers, and then we'll get into some concentrates.
This is your piece, man. It is. Ooh. Dang, that is amazing.
Any Scooby snacks?
Huh?
Any Scooby snacks?
Scooby snacks right now?
Did you get any of the...
Oh, no, I didn't. No Scooby snacks.
No Scooby
snacks. I didn't get... No, that was very clean.
Nice.
I really like that. That was a cute hit.
So I'm sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no worries. We're gonna smoke.
I did want to... So we have flowers for while you're sending some flowers and telling us about that. And then we'll move into some concentrates. Right now we have the Doja pack. And I actually did mix it just a teensy bit with this alternative herbs. Tammy actually introduced that to me.
Some lavender, sage, rose, raspberry.
Yeah, so I thought it
could
be nice to ease us in. But I'm sorry. So Sarah, who was at
Lowell Cafe.
Yeah. Which is about to be, though, a different one. Yeah.
The High Times Cannabis Cafe now. That sale has now finalized. But she was there. She was one of the GMs there. And I was working on a couple of the licensing or licenses before that. And we found out in a very serendipitous way that we were neighbors, and we decided to join forces and created our own consultancy called Highspitality.
So cool.
High Hospitality, call it Highspitality, man. So we picked up some clients in West Hollywood to help them with their operations, their business development, as it pertains to consumption lounges. And we just, our goal with Highspitality, she's bringing in this nightlife, hospitality expertise. I'm bringing in cannabis and retail. So we're just merging these two worlds.
Yeah.
And quite literally, consumption lounges are a conjunction of these two different industries. Because, you'd be surprised. There's not a lot of hospitality concepts practiced actively at retail dispensaries. I've noticed, there is, but there also isn't. There's a lot more on, I guess, the cannabis retail side. You're not just a service person. You are an educator too. So there's so many different components, but the hospitality aspect is still missing in a couple shops, I've noticed. But
oh my God, a couple?
Yeah.
Sorry. No.
Yeah, man. Like if I'm
like 90% of them.
90%,
like, man. Holy shit. Like, yeah, sorry. Yep, no, continue.
Sorry, where's the flame at?
Oh, yeah.
Where's the flame at? Oh, there's the flame.
Yeah.
This is such a pretty piece, man.
I just figured, we'll just keep, hemp wick is the best way.
It is. It's the healthiest way.
It's the healthiest way. That or like a stick.
Uh-huh. Ooh. Small hits. Very cute. But yeah, ever since joining forces, we had amazing projects, and one of the projects was with GTI, with Green Thumb Industries.
Yeah.
So we ended up joining them full time, which has been a great experience. We're definitely learning a lot. I've been working a lot. We've been expanding like crazy, but of particular significance, we opened up the first ever consumption lounge in Chicago, rather the Chicago suburbs.
That is so cool.
Called Rise Mundaline. So it is a full cannabis consumption lounge. You have a dab bar. You have a speakeasy, smoke easy area. And, ooh, nice ghost inhale. Fuck yeah, man. That's sexy. So,
here, you want it?
But yeah, man. And then we're going to be hopefully opening up a lounge in Nevada, in Vegas.
Oh, wow. When do you think that's slotted for?
Next year.
Next year.
Yeah. Next year. I think that's just Nevada in general. There's a lot of developments happening
so
there.
Much. It's crazy.
But the fun part about consumption lounges is figuring out your service style and your format. And you know what, actually, like just looking at this table here, I like noticed these single serve dabs from Wax Snacks, and this is like pretty interesting because Nevada in particular, they only want single serve items to be given at consumption lounges. While this is a developing ordinance, this is a developing part
that
of whatever
super interesting
regs that they're making, but this something like this would be very ideal, like a single serve dab. But then how do you really measure a serving? Because everyone's different.
I was just about to ask, like, how do you measure a serving? Not only that, but like the waste involved in that, because like on one hand, I love that idea. On the other, how is that? Yeah. How can we make that sustainable?
So I will say it outright. There's not much sustainability in making something single serving. Like, that's not gonna mitigate any sort of sustainability issues. No. And like, just like think about even like food, like when you have like a bag of chips, like a single serve bag of chips versus a large party size bag of chips. Right. It's like, you know, like you're creating more waste with the single serve stuff. But it is an area that the local government really wants to, like, you know, focus on. And, you know, we got our own edibles here, and they're all like incremented in 10 milligrams. And like, who really determines this stuff? But
literally, I think these, also, if you would like a edible.
Nice.
Those are the tamarind ones.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, they are really good. I really like it.
Is a vibe, man.
Tamarind, I've never, it may have been done before. I feel like so many things have been done before in cannabis, and so many people are like, I've never seen this. And they're like, oh, I did that 10 years ago.
Yeah, everyone's done everything.
I've never personally had tamarind
cannabis candy. Me neither.
Before.
I haven't either.
And it's amazing.
That's awesome, man. But, you know, like, so when you ask, like, how do you determine this? So scientifically speaking, you can technically have psychoactivity or some level of intoxication or euphoria. It's better to say euphoric feeling or euphoria than intoxication. Yeah. So, you know, just to pull away from the stigma. But that euphoric feeling you get from THC can happen at a minimum of 2.5 milligrams. So I guess via safety, via research, 10 milligrams is the standard single dose. However, the single serve aspect that consumption lounges, or rather the regulators of consumption lounges, are trying to perpetuate needs to be worked out. Because, you know, someone is definitely not going to take an entire gram, a glob of a dab, but hey, some people might.
Some people might.
So you need to be able to service all these different types of patrons.
Right.
Like, and they're not just customers, there's patients too. Like how do you draw the line between customer service and patient care?
Exactly.
So it's
very different.
It's a fun problem to try to solve, and like that's why I like consumption lounges. There's so many different problems, there's issues coming up, there's questions.
Right. But it's so new.
Solutions will follow.
Who has been able to even work on those problems before?
Like, not many, because there's not many operational lounges. And
exactly.
We're working on
new.
Yeah, we're working on that one operational lounge. My business partner, she worked on the, you know, previously open Lowell Cafe. So we do have some exposure to the operations of it, but it's like every day is so different. Every day is drastically different from the day prior. So it's like, you know, there's new things popping up, like people wanting to do events, so event buyout programs. Like how do you navigate that? Do you like when you think of like hospitality and like even nightlife, you have bottle service, you have like what about bong service? What about like all these, you know, different glass artists we have? You have like these mega Clase Azules and like, you know, the Magnum champagne bottles and shit. Like you can do that with actual glass art. Like I know you're making glass now, so like and you know glass gets expensive. That has an exclusivity to it. Like like I'm only gonna smoke from this piece. So there's it's fun navigating the service formats for sure. That's what I enjoy about the lounges. It's ever growing, it's new, and it's fresh. So I'm having fun with it. Yeah. And we'll see where that takes us. But there's gonna be a lot opening up soon, right down the street from here.
I'm so excited. I love cannabis lounges personally. Like that's why I adore going to like Palm Springs. Yeah. There's so many cannabis lounges in Palm Springs. Yep. And there's so much
they're better than here, honestly.
Some of them need a little bit of love though. Like so some of them are really cool. Like and I love that it's available because like just that simple fact is awesome. Like there's so many places that you obviously can't really consume weed comfortably, especially with other people. And so to be able to have like a certain gathering place where it is safe, it is accessible, like that's a different level of connection that a lot of people haven't been able to ever experience.
Exactly. And like another thing I think about, and this is kind of like will answer what my true goal in this space is. I really want to have a music venue because when we think about weed, we associate it with music a lot. And you know, you listen to certain songs or certain artists because you're high. Right. And you know, I feel like there are people who've attempted, you know, bringing music and cannabis together. There's many people who have attempted it. But my dream, and I think you would probably know because you have a musician boyfriend. I have a musician husband. So it's like sound and sound quality, speaker quality, and getting high.
All of it.
It's an experience.
It's an experience.
Like you go to a club, you get bottles, you're getting drunk to these songs you want to twerk to, but sometimes I want to listen to the same shit and twerk, but while I'm high.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be drunk all the time. Sure, I want to drink sometimes and listen to music, but like I want to go to like a concert venue or I want to go to a club playing amazing music with amazing sound system and smoke and feel the vibe, experience it through and through. And honestly, that's one of my dreams. But I think music and cannabis, we need to combine that more than how it is already. So
I totally
lounges
agree.
Are going to bring, I think lounges are going to open that up. Yeah. And just a few weeks ago, Vic Mensa performed at the lounge we have in Chicago.
What?
So that was very cool. That
is so cool.
Yeah, very cool. I didn't get to go obviously because I'm out here in LA, but hey, I'm not complaining. And like, this is just one of many. Like this is, I guess what we should start expecting in the future is seeing like not just comedy shows, which are great. I know these comedy shows are great, but musicians, mainstream musicians, playing at a weed venue. Like I did my birthday at a consumption, like at Artistry. Yeah, like you know, it's gonna become normalized.
Yes, like going to see like Travis Scott.
Yeah,
I want to smoke a blunt. I mean, I used to go to a ton of festivals and stuff too, and like. Shit just gets really crazy. And especially when weed is not like more available, I've noticed things get really wild. But so I'm wondering then with like the hospitality stuff and where you want to go with this, you've already set such a web of a network because of everything that you've done with colleges and educating students. And I think that has been such important work too and really ties into what you're building. Because you're gonna have a franchise. You've already created one with these universities.
So like so Canna Club, so you know like the shit that happened between my mom catching me and to me doing consumption lounges, Canna Club was a big reason why my family was okay with weed. Right. Because so our 3 pillars at Canna Club, we're a cannabis student organization. We're at 26 universities. Our 3 pillars are education, advocacy, and opportunities.
And you helped start that.
Yeah. So I founded our first ever flagship chapter at UCLA. And we've kind of spread since. So we're in a lot of the California schools. We're also on the East Coast. We got chapters in 12 states. And we've been around since 2018. That was when my club got approved. I was trying to get it approved throughout my time at school, but it wasn't until 2018 because that's when
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, adult use was implemented in 2018. Even though it was passed in 2016, I still wasn't allowed to. But my argument was, you have a wine club, you have a beer brewing club that 18-year-olds can join. Like, why can't I do weed? And this is like, it's literally just in like an educational and like advocacy thing. We're sharing jobs with each other. Like, this is, we're not growing weed and selling it to each other, even though, you know, I'm not gonna shame those who have. I think we all have at this point. But that was one of the most rewarding experience, I think, in my cannabis career or my academic career was creating Canna Club, because we've got over 5,500 members now.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. I am hands off now because I'm not a student anymore. I graduated from grad school last year. So it's self-sufficient. It's running on its own. Like, it's for students, by the students, and I'm there to help, obviously, and connect dots whenever the students need somebody to hit up or want to check out a grow facility. Like, I'm still there. I guess I'm a founder and advisor at this point, but we did a lot of cool stuff, man. We also did consumption events. We did dabathons in dorms, which was on the DL, and but like, hey,
with the honey and like, you know, demo things. Yeah, exactly. Totally.
But it was truly one of the most rewarding experiences. Like, I got to create classes, and that eventually got approved in the UC system. Like,
that is mind blowing. I cannot believe that. I loved weed in college. That's when I first like fell in love with weed, like a love, and to be able to have like, everyone had to hide it. You can't just like do a class like.
No, man. But it was like
totally different times.
Very different times. But
different.
It was like, it was crazy because so when we launched Canna Club at UCLA, it was the beginning of 2018, and our first event was this Cannabis 101 class that we offered on campus. And this was just made by our club, and we brought in professors together to teach it. And when the administration saw what we were doing, they basically were like, some of these classes are legit and we need to incorporate these.
Right.
So that's when they adopted 1 or 2 of the 5 classes that we set up. And that's also how I got my job at Oaksterdam. So I teach science classes at Oaksterdam from time to time. It's a fun thing I do. I'm a lecturer for them and an instructor, and it's been great. Yeah. I got to teach I got to teach on the business of cannabis retail for the Department of Cannabis Regulations in LA. I'll be doing so for City of Long Beach soon. So that academic part, my nerdy part, like, I still very much enjoy. But, you know, it's not my full-time thing anymore, because, you know, education is not or monetarily appreciated as much as it should be in every industry, every academic topic. Like, teachers are underpaid, but it was one of the best passion projects I did. Canna Club is definitely my baby. It's opened so many opportunities for kids.
Yeah.
We've placed over 1,200 kids into jobs in weed, like nationwide.
That's incredible.
Yeah, man. So cheers to that.
So if someone wanted to ultimately start a Canna Club at their own university, how would they go about doing something like that?
Hit me up.
Just DM her. At Hi Maha.
Yeah, DM me, man.
Literally.
DM me, or you can even reach out to the Canna Club pages. So CannaClub.ucla is one of them. I'm sure if you just put dot and put the school, something will pop up. But UCLA is the flagship. They do help out a lot. But hey, you want to hit me up? I'm happy to, like, I help any and every inquiry for a Canna Club chapter still. So I can help get you sorted. I still get emails from like students saying, I want to make a Canna Club, and I always help them through the entire process. Get on a phone call with them. If they even want me to talk to their faculty advisor or some professor, I'll do that too. But yeah, man, that was like more of the advocacy and community building and nonprofit side of my work. And I think that also served, in addition to my mom, you know, catching me smoking and stuff. Canna Club was my secondary catalyst to really developing my career in the space. But I was working full time, going to school. Like, I really just wanted to bring my work and school together, my work in weed and just my academic interests. And even like the classes I took, I would try to incorporate cannabis topics into them somehow. So yeah, man, that was like a very, very like Maha in development mode, but it was great. I'm very thankful for that experience.
That is absolutely incredible. And so from all of this experience, what for you is like the perfect dab?
Oh man. Okay. So
and
I love
I have a lot of gear here.
Yeah.
So if there's anything missing, let me know and I'll go grab it.
No, you ain't missing anything. So I love to dab, and that's been during these 10 years of my cannabis career, like I never been able to tap into my creative side. I was very much into business or academics. There was like, I didn't venture out anywhere else, either business development and operations or academia. So I also worked at the UCLA Cannabis Research Initiative. So I did like, I had two pathways, like be a business person, professional hotshot, or become like a doctorate. But
you can do both.
I can do both.
You're a fucking powerhouse.
But I have not tapped into my creative side. So that's why I started Twitch.
Got it.
So I've been noticing all my friends getting banned, shadow banned on IG, and I'm not a big editor. I don't want to edit stuff. And I love live streaming because you don't have to edit much.
Wow. I actually never thought about it that way.
Yeah. So like you don't edit much, but there's a lot of you have to work with a lot of equipment, just like we had to today.
Yeah.
But and a lot of software, but that's where I think safe to let my creative side go. So this is literally like my first time venturing into this creative part of me and cannabis through Twitch, live streaming. I'm sharing my live reactions on shit I try.
Yeah.
It's primarily me dabbing. I love to dab. I'm the dab queen of the valley, I guess. Some people have said so. But I'll claim it.
I'll call you the dab queen of the valley.
I'll claim it.
I don't like you dab all like I was like I have to bring all my dab gear. I was really I was like I have to have bangers. I have to have the dab right. I have to have cool dab stuff. I had to bring like
brought the torch.
I brought the torch.
We'll keep it easy. We have blob mobs.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. So I think Twitch is where I'm not gonna get banned. I'm not gonna get shadow banned.
Yeah.
And they allow monetization for cannabis content. So YouTube didn't before, but they just started to because they saw Twitch doing it.
So wait, you mentioned that. Yeah. Where did you see that?
So this is in like their terms and conditions and their new policies that they like. If you just go like search on their terms and conditions,
really
Control F cannabis, then you can start seeing this, or you can even see new developments on their policies and stuff like that.
So like I can start monetize because like so by the way, if you didn't know this. Anything I have like on YouTube or actually almost any social media, like it doesn't make me money unless like a brand is paying me and it's a specific partnership. But even then, like my YouTube isn't monetized, my Instagram, I've actually worked on like more demonetizing it almost and like
so you don't
less
get
brand exactly. Like I do very few paid partnerships now and they're very like specific and intentional if I do them. And then like anything I post anywhere, it just it's very like, and that's the same for so many YouTubers.
So now YouTube is allowing
that. Is so cool.
Yeah. So
Holy
you can have
shit.
like
that changes the game.
You can have like a ton of views on your video and finally you can monetize it with ads.
I bet Twitch is going to start doing shorts at some point.
Maybe. So yeah, Twitch is like, you know, newer to the game, but they like had an influx of viewers and signups during the pandemic. Yeah. So a lot of people got into that. And honestly, I've been an avid Twitch watcher. I've been watching a lot of people, and I guess I just decided I kind of want to be on the other side because there's not a lot of cannabis people on there yet. There are a few, but there's not many, and I feel like that's going to be the next thing that blows up. You know, there's a lot of quality content on there, but there's also a lot of nonsense, so you have to navigate through that. But it is the not having to edit aspect of it, I think, is what's going to make it very appealing for a lot of content creators. So I'm excited for it. Yeah. So I'm on Twitch. I'm Hi Maha on Twitch, twitch.tv/Hi Maha. I'm doing dabs. I have a dab counter. You tell me to puff, I'll take a puff.
A dab counter.
Yeah. I've got a counter in the corner,
I'm going to tune into one of your streams.
Please
So
do.
when do you have like a schedule yet? Or are you just kind of popping in?
So I do have a tentative schedule. I have been doing a lot of pop-ins, but I'm doing evening weekdays. I try to get in for 7-10. So I do 7 to 9 or 7 to 11.
In the morning or at night?
At night.
Okay.
So this is nighttime. So this is prime time, nighttime, Pacific.
Prime time.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So we're doing prime time, nighttime, Pacific.
Cable lingo.
Exactly. So I also noticed that there's not enough content in general on Twitch for the Pacific time zone in the nighttime.
Oh my God, I totally agree.
So that's another strategy with this. So yeah, tune in. It's very engaging, and I'm actually very much looking forward for it to blow up. But speaking of dabs, I always share my dabs on there. I'm ready to take a dab. I think, what is that? That's a dab on it. Okay, the Highspitality dab. It looks crazy, so I'm gonna do that.
This thing is crazy. I'm going to say something that might be like sacrilegious almost, but this is the best electric dab rig device I think I've ever used.
So interesting stat I'm going to plug in here. So at consumption lounges, we have noticed our patrons requesting for Dr. Dabber more than Puffco and iSpire.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting stat, but when we've asked our customers about this, they would say we have a Puffco at home already. And that's why we want to have something more fun and experiential at a lounge.
Super interesting.
So I'm excited to try the iSpire. iSpire isn't requested as often, I feel like, because there's some contraptions and extra steps. It is okay, but it seems crazy. It seems
Here's
great.
My fully honest review. I like it because it rips.
Okay, let's do it.
And I like it because it fucks you up. Like, to be honest, for me, like the Puffco is amazing. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I love the Puffco.
It's a great travel thing.
It's so good for travel.
Yeah.
So
it's mobile.
So easy to like clean, especially all the new ones, like all that tech, like the hot knife, all that stuff. Absolutely love it. I just think that it doesn't fuck you up. It doesn't like rip. And if you do want it to rip, it just like gets it so dirty. Like, I know I just said it's easy to clean, but like you can't like glob it.
You
like
can't glob. You can glob in a Puffco. It's a travel piece.
Yeah. I feel like this you can like really glob out of, and I like that it has the digital screen. I know that Puffco, you can put it on your app. I mean, this isn't a comparison thing. It really wasn't even meant to be. So I just know that people... because I like them all. It's just different functions.
iSpire, I feel like, is for someone who doesn't want to commit to a glass rig and an e-nail setup or a turf slurper and torch setup.
Exactly.
This is like it's a desktop. It's a desktop, but Puffco is mobile.
There we go.
And so
yes.
So personally, if I'm getting a desktop rig, I want a glass rig. And I like to splurge on my glass because I only want to be dabbing the finest stuff out of the finest glass. But if you don't have the means to do that, or if you don't want to commit to having a glass, or you got kids around or dogs around that are going to break it, this is a good desktop. Dr. Dabber, I also feel like, is a good desktop.
I just haven't tried Dr. I don't think I've ever used a Dr.
I feel like what also makes it popular in lounges is like it lights up in like rainbow colors, and it's really fun.
I have seen it do that.
It's a party device. It's I think it's the novelty of it too, but I totally agree on the glob part. You can't take globs from a Puffco. It's solely a travel piece, which is why I'm curious why the Proxy is now out. Like, what
have
do you feel
tried
about
it?
I have not tried it.
So, I wish I had brought that. I don't have one yet. I am kind of thinking about buying one.
So do I just put this in?
So did you already fill it?
I filled it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So put that guy in there.
I'm doing a demonstration.
Man. And then, is it on?
No. Okay. Here, I'll let you drive. The
okay.
Ice
So
damn, man. It looks crazy.
It's pretty cool. What's your ideal temperature setting?
I'll do 490, or actually I remember this thing heats up pretty quick. So let's do
it rips.
450.
What
do you like?
So I did like 525 on this, and I was
coughing.
I was done.
Let's do 550. Let's do 450. Let's do 450. We'll do a low temp dab. And
okay.
We're also going to do low temp because this is some mandarin cookies. So this seems terpy. It smells terpy. I'm going to have a nice terpy dab.
Is it? Oh, it kind of lit up.
Let's see. Is it ready to go?
Oh, wait. And then we need to put this on top.
Oh.
Yeah.
See? Like, this is a true desktop device. Like, for real. It's great, though. Well, we'll see. I have to take a hit from it first to see if it's good. Some technical.
I think I had to hit it twice.
Oh, it's
now
blinking.
it's blinking.
It's blinking. So when it's done.
So when it's done blinking, I think it's good to go.
Okay. Does it vibrate?
I don't remember.
Here,
that is how much.
I'll babysit
it
this.
was literally. I made a video about how to use that, and I don't remember anything from it because it worked so well.
Nice.
So that's my review.
Oh. It's ready.
Okay, let's. Yeah. That's a dab. See, that's a dab. I don't know if you guys heard me, but it's a dab.
Take a dab every time you hear dab.
That's like maybe 6 dabs. Now 7. Mm-hmm. See what I mean? It rips.
Wow. I could put a glob in here.
You
saw
could.
my cloud. You saw my cloud.
No, I did.
Dang, man.
I did. Like, everyone's gonna see it.
Wow. Oh. See, I would just be scared of this.
It is a lot of like gear.
So when you're done, you just gotta finagle it out.
Yeah.
Dang, man.
And then that's that.
That's awesome. That was a great dab. That was a really good dab.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Terpy.
Yeah, you really can enjoy the flavors, and it just doesn't like burn.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I really enjoy it. I think it's a good device. I think it's solid for the price point.
Yeah, you can definitely take globs out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Desktop device, and then your party devices, your Dr.
And
Dabber,
it's all
and
like
Puff Goes
magnetic, so like this
snap.
part pops off, and then you can just go like that.
Oh, and it's not hot.
No.
That's crazy.
And so like this, I had this loaded up with the Voyager. I've been liking their concentrates. It's a banana something.
But
banana rosin.
I love banana strains, like any type of banana strain. I love it.
Yeah.
My favorites are Jack hair based strains, but like banana rosin, that shit always good. Strawberry banana rosin is like probably one of my favorite like strains and products. For real. So good. So for 710, I literally tracked all the dabs that I took, and it was like a very like nice experience.
Okay.
I got to see like what I didn't track the times, but I tracked the order of it, and like I was starting off with a pretty interesting order, like nice. That was a nice little cloud. Fuck yeah. I don't know if I can curse on here, but we're doing it.
Not allowed.
Not allowed.
You're kicked off. You can never come back.
Fuck yeah, man.
You're not even going to air the episode. It's all ruined
Some
now.
Bleeps. Yeah, man. This is going on PBS. You got some nice clouds, man. That shit was, ooh.
No, I'm telling you, like, I really had to think about how to use this. Like, I did like a whole video.
Can I finish this?
Yeah, okay, go for it. I did a whole video on it, and I was like, I totally forget how to use it.
Wow, man.
I was so done. But
that temperature is fine, wasn't it?
It's perfect. I hit
450.
it way too hot. 525 is way too hot.
Yeah, like so I have a glass rig set up with an e-nail. So I have the quartz glass banger like on the e-nail or whatever wrapped around the e-nail.
Okay.
That e-nail, it's at 585, but the glass is pretty thick. So like the true temperature of that is definitely like, you know, less than that for sure. So like
that's intricate.
So the temperature, like the only way you can actually judge the temperature in its most accurate value is through something like a dab, right? And the actual surface where you're going to be putting your dab.
Yeah.
Like, this device, like it might say that temperature, but it also depends on the actual like hardware and the glass, if it is conducting that heat simultaneously, or if there is a variance in the temperature of the device that it's saying and the actual surface.
Wow.
There's a variance between the two. So
wait, that is... Yeah.
So like the only thing you can really judge the surface temperature, that's what you're adjusting temperatures and figuring out shit for, is like surface temperature.
Right.
Not the actual like,
so
you know,
525 here. Sorry, but like 525 here versus here
will be completely
could be
different.
two different things.
Two different things. You're not gonna like, it's especially a terp slurper, like it's like you it's really intricate, like having to track temperature. And
should we test it?
Honestly, I'm down, but we let's fucking so we just took a hit from this. And we gave it a 425. We got a dab right there, right?
Is that the dab right?
Let's fucking go, man.
Let's try it. Here, we can use you have the raw garden?
Yeah. Yes, we can do the raw.
Let's try it for science.
So
and then we'll wrap it up.
Hell yeah, man. We're going to do a final dab.
The final dab.
Let's go. Move this.
Wait, it says low.
Oh no.
But I was charging it. Does that... Oh no, wait. It's working.
Okay. So
set temp.
So like I know I'm like the dab queen of the valley and shit, maybe, but I am scared of torches.
I'll torch it.
Thank you. No, okay. I'm fine with torches. It's just like I'm gonna break a nail or some shit, and my nail's looking fire right now. I did this for 710. I got did a little green. I was gonna do like something like gold, but I'm like, you know what? Green is weed and green is money. Like, let's go. Like, we're smoking and we're making money. I don't know about you, but 710 is always a profitable day or holiday for weed companies, or like for retail.
I heard this year it was almost as profitable as like 420 for some.
Yeah, exactly. So it's the second cannabis holiday of the year. It's dope, and it's another opportunity for, you know, companies to sell their shit, man, and to grow. But yeah, it's a good day for shops. And it's interesting because I read this MJ Biz Daily article.
Yeah.
And they were reporting on the stats from last year that concentrate sales went up like 67 or something %. Y'all gotta fact check me. I'm estimating. I think it says 67%. And then solventless sales went up like over 100%. So that was very interesting to read. Was concentrates in general, it's a high sale day for them compared to the 4 weekends before the 710. So like they're literally cross-referencing the previous 3 weekends, and they're seeing like a uprise around 710 and on 710 for concentrate sales. And yeah, rosin sales, solventless sales were like over 100% more. So yeah, man, pretty cool article. I would search MJ Biz Daily 710 sales or something. It's a recent article. But yeah, man, we're gonna take this dab.
I was videoing also the dab.
I love that. This is great content, man. I want to take. I've not had a terp silver dab in a while.
Yeah, here.
Here, would you like to go first?
No, you go first.
Okay. Dang, it's gonna be a little challenging. But I don't know what temperature gets. Oh, it's too hot.
Yeah, it's too hot. You've got like 40 degrees. Okay, so right now we're using the dab right, which is basically like a banger thermometer, and it tells you exactly what the degree of the banger is, but it's the surface of it. So we're testing, as a reminder too, the dab on a banger at 525 versus the iSpire.
What are we gonna do? We're gonna do the same temperature.
Oh wait, shit. Was it 525 or 425?
It was 450.
450. It was
So
neither of those.
I know. I think this is gonna still be pretty high at 450. I think I should do it at something lower.
Okay.
Let's see. We're gonna do something, or we should do 550 because it's equivalent. And we have
No, 450.
Oh, 450. Yeah. Okay.
How is it?
Should have been.
Like a little higher?
Yeah. Should have been a little higher. Damn, man. Ooh.
Was it at least like tasty? Like it looked, it still like it was a cloud.
That was interesting. It tasted a little burnt, but it didn't yield much vapor. I think it was too low. Yeah, I think it was too low.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 450 here is not hot enough.
Maybe, yeah.
450 on the iSpire is just.
It didn't. The flavor was gone, and it didn't yield vapor.
I hear you.
Yeah. Now it's your turn. Maybe
Okay.
we should try something higher now.
Yeah. Okay.
So you get the better.
Something higher.
Hell yeah. Let's go. We're doing it. We're doing it for science.
I usually heat up like I'll do a regular banger for like 60 seconds.
Okay.
And then I'll see, but then for this I try to like double that. I feel like you have to get more surface area hotter.
Yeah. So you're going to do it at the 525?
I'm going to try it at 550.
Oh, wow.
But maybe that'll be too hot.
Well, here you go. Nice.
All right. Let's see. Okay, so that's too hot. Literally. The dab rate says too hot.
I guess we are. Let's go. Let's do this. It's a nice size dab. I should have probably taken a bigger one. Maybe that's what I lacked. Ooh. Is it hot? Okay. Okay. Nice, man. Okay.
Yeah, that worked.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The pearl didn't like move, but it kind of did then. There we go. Yep, that's.
Was this 550 or 525?
That was like 555.
Whoa. It could have been 525.
Yeah, I think that could have gotten a little lower. Okay, so for that.
But see, that needed to be hotter.
Yeah, for
that
sure.
needed to be hotter.
Like 100 degrees hotter.
Yes. Like that definitely needed to be hotter. And interesting, man. We just figured it out.
Okay, well, we did it for science.
We did it.
All right.
We did it, you guys.
Well, thank you so much
you.
for doing this discovery and telling us about your journey. I really appreciate you being on Send Us Flowers today.
Hell yeah. Thank you for having me. And fun fact, our birthdays are a day apart. So we're like...
She's also
neighbors.
a Taurus.
We're Taurus.
That's why she's such a fucking badass.
And that's why, like, I like her. So It's like crazy, man. We some badass bitches.
No, this
We're
is
too
yes.
hot.
This we are too hot.
Too hot.
Exactly.
Man. Dab right said so.
Okay, so if you want to find Maha, if you want to start a Canna Club, if you want to get into the industry, if you just want to dab, if you want to join her on Twitch,
I'm
Hi
Maha.
Maha.
I'm HIGHMAHA. That's me. Instagram, Twitch, Canna Club, Highspitality, HIGH, Highspitality. So yeah, it's just everything's high, you guys. It's been great being here.
thank you.
Hi,
Bye.
Lizzie. That's busy.
Thank
Out.
you for joining. Send us flowers.